Alright, how is everyone doing? Chat has not loaded yet, so give me a minute to get all your comments and goodies and chat and everything else that you can get. We will be watching EoD versus Tug. Hello Abdul, how are you doing Abdul? Hope you're doing well. Sup Jordy Paul, how are you doing? You know what to do, you know how I do codes. Go ready and smash the like button. Cadê as pessoas me assistindo quando eu streamo nos outros lugares, Antônio? Não tem. Então, não tem tradução. Bum, bum. All right. Match just started. Let's go. Hey Kwai, I don't know about that. I don't do the matching, so sorry to hear if you got a bad matching. At the end of the day, you will have to fight people that are strong sooner or later. Doesn't matter what it does. So, yeah. We have 16 in EoD side versus 21 in Tug side. Tug already have the advantage, but they have 2 minutes to get everyone in. 5 members of difference is gonna be hard to come back from. 4 now might be manageable. I've seen matches that 4 times is gonna be like that. Same stickers as before. If you got a sticker before, Jordy, it doesn't matter. You don't have to throw your UID again. So it is what it is. I don't control what you get. I just get the numbers and pass them to the developers. Look at the bright side. If you're not happy about that and you don't show that you're happy that you got it before, don't smash the like button. Don't let them know in Discord. Don't make positive comments in chat. You might even lose the stickers that, not in your account, but the opportunity of getting new stickers in the future. And new streams with codes and everything else. So I'd rather be happy with what you get than being sad about you not getting more right now in this stream. Alright, we have 1 minute to go, and it seems like the advantage now is a lot smaller, with EoD only having 2 players behind. Let's go. Seems like Tug pulled a few more players last second, literally. Now it's the same. Hey, only 1 person of difference right now. Yeah, let's try being positive on the stream, because this counts as well if you get more streams or not. Make sure to keep that in mind. They do track the comments, the likes, and everything else, so if you want to keep having those, might as well keep whenever you have some complaints back to the Discord. And it seems like Tug is dominating in every single building at the moment. Wookie here holding treatment 1, Bridge holding treatment 2, And Stiff Drink holding Solar. It seems like EoD is already starting rallies. They have each a rally in any of those buildings, but here is the catch. They might have lower stats or not be strong enough to kick them off. And if that is the case, they will need double rallies. And doing a single rally and missing this opportunity window to kicking them out with just a single rally, it's gonna be very dangerous for EoD with that. It seems like as in response, next from EoD is trying to get Processing 2 and Helipad. Seems like they're going for some of the less important buildings to at least get first occupation. Will they try keep holding them the entire match? I don't know. Alright, seems like all the rallies bounced, at least from what I could check. So what it seems like is EAOD, if they want to kick them out, they will have to do double rallies. Hello J Crew, how you doing? One more minute for the first occupations of the match. 55 seconds actually now, and lowering every second of the match for obvious reasons, right? I am great. I have the opportunity to be streaming for you guys here, to allow some of the lucky people in chat to get some stickers, to also give you guys some codes, so it's gonna be fun. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to SOS, ring that bell so you get know every single match that we do here with the live streams. That helps me, it helps my numbers, it gets you to see me again, and eventually it will get you to have more codes and stickers in the long run. So if you want free stuff and you like free stuff, you better do that. Seems like EoD another rally bounced. They got full occupation in all the important buildings, so they went straight ahead and score. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, we do double rallies to kick people off and not just single rallies. Eight minutes for the center to open. When center does open, we are gonna have a difference in the dynamic of the match. El Mako, Miteto next holding 2 buildings, and Buttes holding the building top here. Mr. Bridge Blue, Uki Zarbast, and Stiff Drink are the ones on Tug side holding the buildings. We currently have 30 people in EoD with 29 in Tug. Will Tug get their final member? Right now they don't seem like they need it, but things may turn around very quickly if we got to the point where we're starting to have water tanks and they don't have enough players to fight for the water tanks and have members in the buildings. Alright, it seems like EoD finally kicked him off in one of the buildings, but there was not a lot of water on top of it. So although we'll be seeing some puddles, it's gonna be very little water, and they're mostly going for Tug here. TzK is still holding the building, but they do not have the points for the water right now. They will be getting those points back in around 1 minute. But for that minute, it seems like EoD will be catching closer. EoD has a final building to get some also full occupation points here. And with those, they might get very close to TzK here. Not yet with WOTL. If you want codes, smash the like button. I give codes whenever we reach certain threshold of likes. No giveaway in this. Only in my Twitch, dudes, but I see that you actually are doing that because you know that from my Twitch. I am covering the match in 19. If you want to do the other codes as well, make sure to follow me in my Twitch. The link is below in the description. Alright, seems like TzK is burning some of EoD players, which are trying to fight back here in Solar. They got again first occupation here. Pigminchu. Seems like all the first occupations are gone. All we have now is the center buildings, which in total will have 11,400 in water, but and 5,000 points of difference right now, with EoD catching closer due to the fact that they have been able to be fighting for those buildings. It's good timing because it's good. If they can get full occupation here, they're gonna be putting pressure in people for fighting for either this or center. As you know, center is the one that gives most points to still have no first occupation and can turn around this match very quickly. Keep hydrated, both me and all of you. Hydration is important, folks. When you are gaming, make sure to drink lots of water every day. Now, going back to the match, we are seeing a lot of activity here close to Solar. And we see some reinforcements, but not as much activity here in close to Treatment 1. It seems like they were trying to kick off the players that were here before, but we didn't catch that on time. There seems to be no players here in Processing 1. This could be a good spot for them to actually try to pop with a single player and try to get the water from this building. Especially because it would deny them occupation points for the amount of time that we're in here. Thankfully for EoD, TzK did not realize that that building had no occupation. And that's why, my friends, awareness in the map is important. If there's no shield on top of the building, that means the building is empty. Anyone can easily speed in and take this water puddles here, or at least force them to move out from places like Treatment 2 and other places that could put pressure on them in the match as a whole. 2 minutes for center to be opening and 1 minute for full occupation for EoD. And EoD is closing by in points as they are 1,100 points per minute ahead. Well, considering that they sent another player in Jake, I don't think that that is the case, but that would be a smart choice. Gotta keep in mind that not all alliances play the meta or are aware of how high the high level the meta is. And I say that because if you think about it, they're not even double rallying the majority of the matches here. So although you'll see a close match, it's not gonna be a match that's gonna be 100% efficient in everything that you expect at a high level match. Still fun to watch to see what kind of trick they're gonna be pulled out of their hat. Seems like EoD finally got full occupation. Now they have 2,000 points per minute ahead, and they speed ahead in terms of points, total points. So we are going to be getting to the center spot in around 1 minute now, with them being with advantage in terms of points. Tug, however, with Wookie here, which is one of the rally leads, already in the center waiting to speed in. This means that if EoD does not have anyone to respond on the other side, they're probably not going to be able to get it on time, even if they speed in, because Wookie already have the shorter march time, and the way speed ups work is that they cut total march time in percentages, which means less clicks for Wookie to get in faster. As for Solar, we're still having to see a lot of activity here, and it seems like we got in just in time as EoD just flipped Solar. Very important flip as soon as the center is opening. This is gonna give them an advantage in fighting back against Tug, because Tug would have half their time cut if they had Solar 1 center open. So this, even if they don't hold it, already make them have a better position for center and give them time to come to center and actually rally. This is what I mean, Jake. Even though this match is not playing by the meta, we are seeing some pretty good moves, especially by EoD. EoD has been playing very well in this match, getting a lot of control of the pacing of the match. Spectrum moving in. Still no speed ups. It seems like Tug is going to speed up and get in. Wookie got in, so this was a misplay by EoD. They definitely had players that could get in if they sped up. Don't know if they could have held Wookie, but regardless, they could have fought for this and they chose not to. Seems like Tug is focusing on center and munitions. They do not seem to be fighting for dev compound. I do believe that this is the best play right here for Tug at the moment, because even though that they are behind, they can focus on only these 3 buildings and then have more players available for using the water tanks. And as they have 1 player less, which means 6 marches less than EoD, then they have to be more strategic about what they're doing with their marches. They are recapturing Solar here to not give an advantage to EoD. They're controlling with Stiff Drink here, and they will be going into the stage of the water tanks the way things are, with a massive advantage in terms of positioning. They will be getting 1,800 points, which will put them very close to EoD, plus the 480 points, so that's 2,280 points. If you do not count bonuses, that will likely put them very close in terms of points per second with EoD. Again, if you were enjoying the match, make sure to smash the like button and the subscribe to get your codes. I do codes very quickly whenever we get to the like threshold, so also it's good to get them to keep watching the stream. Hello Libev, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. 1 minute for full occupation. It seems like Joy Boy or J Boy is holding already that compound. There seems to be some fight for Solar there, but Solar will be caught in control in about 3 seconds. We got a pop here from Tug into processing 4. Lots of water, and Tug is scooping all the water that is in the floor, besides these last puddle here in the bottom that were caught by Pecky. Sorry, Plecky. This is putting a lot of pressure for EoD to fight back. Hello, my friend. Hi, привет. EoD still pushing back in Solar, back and forth here. Here's the thing though, if they're not going to be fighting for center with double rallies and auto rallies in general, there's no point in them taking Solar. Solar is very important if you're doing back and forth in buildings for you to hold it. But if the majority of the buildings that are being fought for are not being flipped, Solar is less important than Lux. Keep in mind that if the match is very close in terms of how it is going, then 100% yes, it will be important to hold it. Yes, Irina, I chose the matches that I did specifically because I thought they would be close, and I'm glad that I actually was right about it. The scores are very close, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they are going to develop when the 36-minute mark hits. If you were enjoying the fact that we're covering like this, make sure again to click like, click subscribe, and let them know in the Discord that you enjoyed the match being covered today. Alright, seems like the rally is marching. Let's see if stay is going to be enough to kick them out. And it seems like it was. But it seems like they took back with a bunch of singles as well. This is why, folks, reinforcing is important. Even if you do not reinforce on time and you hit 1 second later, if you're hitting with your main marches, it may be just enough for you to kick them off if they do not have a lot of troops. 100% Dina Maria. And although I will not reply in Portuguese, you're welcome to speak in Portuguese, Dina Maria. I understand completely. We had a few hits here in processing 4 before, but it seems like it was not enough to kick them out. Let's check how much water there is on top. Can we get to 50 likes by the end of the stream? Come tell your friends, your dog, your alliance. Let's get this stream to 50 likes. Seems like I got just in time. What a timing. What amazing streamer that can catch up with what alliances are doing. They seem to be trying to collect water, and it seems like that Tug got a bunch of the water here, but also it seems to be pretty close. This is a definitely back and forth with every single part of the match. All right, let's keep going. I mean, it makes sense. The official stream language is English, right? There is not enough support of Brazilians to actually, or people in Portugal to actually have people speaking Portuguese on streams. We used to have streams in Portuguese, but Brazilians never showed up, so we don't have them anymore. J-Boy here, being burned while holding dev compound. Pretty important, as you can see, even lower players with J-Boy is here a P11 holding a building here. While the other P15s are fighting for the other buildings, he's doing his part of having dev compound, getting some points for his alliance. Especially as you know, water tanks is still not up. Oh, I mean support as in terms of even presence, so that is what it is. Yeah, the scores are very close. I think when the first time the tanks open up Serena, it is when things are gonna actually become interesting to see which alliance have more firepower at the moment. My bet is in Tug because they're holding munitions, and this is gonna give them the edge for every single player that they have. Although they have one player less, and that player may have marches that are enough to actually help them with buildings and actually keep some of the tanks as well. That being said, Tug is overextending themselves maybe here by holding also treatment shoe with brain damage. All right, we have the water tanks. Let's keep the map open for the water tanks. It also seems like Tug is slightly ahead in points now. AoD is holding a little bit more tanks. Tug is responding, and they're now even neck and neck. AoD is holding a bit more now. Tug doesn't seem to be responding for those. And it seems like AoD is putting pressure in the water tanks at the moment. Tug responding with some of the water tanks. They're now neck and neck. Seems like AoD has a slight advantage in tanks. But considering that they do have less buildings, this is a good position to be in for Tug, at least for now. They might have to hold the water that is on top of the building, getting with cleaners later on, but still 12,000, 14. So we have around roughly 17,000 points in the blue side in terms of water. For the red side at the moment, there is 16, 17 as well, where they are almost even the water on top of it. Seems like the blue team is going to be sweeping most of the water here. May not be a lot, but every amount counts. Okay. Seems like blue team is focusing majorly in tanks, and they're doing a good job of responding to tanks. If they can keep this up, especially in stage 2 of tanks, they might actually have an edge here, because a lot of the buildings that Tug is holding is gonna have a lot of water by the end of the match. And the blue team has been much better in holding the water building, getting the water from the water puddles. We have 46 people watching, but only 17 likes at the moment. Make sure to smash the like button. The closer we get to 50, the more codes you're gonna get. Right, we have a double rally. I do not know if this double rally is going to be efficient for Stiff Drink, but it does seem that they're finally doing a double rally. Like button on the stream, Jordy. Right below the screen, there's a thumbs up and a thumbs down button. You can click the thumbs up to like and the thumbs down to dislike. Do not click dislike, please. Oh, I refresh constantly. It's 17 at the moment. Sometimes it takes a while to actually refresh. And yes, they do, Luis. And this is what I was meaning, Dina. Now you know exactly what I mean with support. Why we don't get streams in Portuguese? Well, because the most people that I can see that can speak Portuguese are only being negative in the strange chat and don't even show up at all in general. Blue team is actually doing a decent job here at the moment. Although they have less buildings, you can see that they have been fighting tooth and nail, and they are at least evenly matched in the water tanks. We are going to be seeing how they're going to be holding for the next set of tanks that are going to be happening in 5 minutes. I'm aware, Luis. EoD is around 180 state, and I do believe Tug is around 600 or 700 state, something like that. Yeah, but solar does not matter in this case, Irina, if they're not fighting for treatment centers and the center. So these buildings, if they're not being fought back, they can give away solar and it won't matter until they start trying to push for these buildings. Things can still change. But if I was stuck out of all the buildings that they have, the one that's least important to fight for, the way that the match is going, not in general, but the way that this specific match is going is solar. They do not need to be fighting for solar. They can have more reinforcement and push more into tanks and give them solar for this, as long as they keep rallying and pushing them to have a lot of players inside of here to defend solar. All right. 3 more minutes for the next set of tanks to show up, and it seems like Tug is starting to pressure back in some of those tanks. Well, EoD is having the ability to actually getting some of those water tanks. It's a lot less than they used to have before. I'd say tanks are quite even, because you do see them going back and forth all the time. And sometimes I see the EoD and sometimes I see Tug having an upper hand than them. What I can say though, that EoD is having the major upper hand in terms of water puddles. I see them sweeping almost every single puddle every time that I see a building pop. Also, having this building here for next is a big important thing. A lot more important at the moment than solar, unless they're fighting for these 3 buildings. This will help them fight in every single water tank and will help them hold a more steady amount of points in here. Because both have 240 points. Solar gives a good buff for them that cuts in half the occupation time for them to take. But if there are no buildings being occupied here from those 3 in the center, the buff is kind of useless. You're denying the opponent from getting occupation from your other buildings as well, but if they are focusing, let's say, a full rally to fight for these buildings, this means that they're not going for any of the water tanks, especially with more water tanks coming soon. Again, seems like blue team is letting the water here to stay on top, to pop them by the end of the building. Let's check some of the water that is on top of every building right now and do a quick sum. So we have 9,000, 13, 17, 25, 27, 37. So blue team has 37 top water on top. 16, 26, 31, So blue team is not only behind in water in total score, but they also have more water on top of their buildings, and they are weaker buildings that are rough to fight for. So they are in a really rough spot here right now, and unless they pull something in the next set of water tanks, this is likely gonna go for Tug. All right. As we're seeing, we're starting to see blues and reds pop off, but it seems like blue is starting to overwhelm a little bit, at least in the water tanks. They have, oh, Tug finally got our 30th member. This might be the power that they were needing to fight back in the water tanks, because they were having less people in water tanks, but 6 extra marches. It is going to be more powerful for them. And as you can see, as soon as that last player joined, which I don't know who it is, they are starting to dominate in the water tanks as well. It's mostly even now, but they were able to fight back as soon as the third member came in. And now they're going back and forth with 18,000 points of difference. I love how in general people in chat love cheering for the underdog. We are at 23 likes. Can we get close to 50 likes, peeps? We are at 24 minutes. We do have 45 people watching. And I know for sure it's not the same people that started watching. Wookie is holding 2 buildings at once. This is a little bit dangerous. Blue team is fighting fiercely. Now it's a good time to actually start double rallying. If they can double rally these buildings and hold solar, not because they want to get those buildings, but just to deny them the points of the buildings, it would be a good strategy because they're neck and neck. So if they can do that without sacrificing the how much they're fighting for the water tanks, it would be a good spot to actually deny them of points. Because this building is worth 5. And this one is worth, sorry, a little bit less than 7. If I had to bet, probably would be blue. Sorry, probably would be red. Blue has advantage in terms of the way that they're getting water, but there's too much water on top of them, and also that the red team got more the less member to the join that was a less disadvantage that they had. It's gonna be very unlikely that the blue team can turn this around. They'd have to play very differently than they are doing for the rest of the match to be able to do this differently. Which is interesting because the blue team is the one that is controlling the pace of the match. Red team is playing more passively than the blue team. They're only responding to how they're doing. The blue team is the one taking the initiative. But it seems like the calls and the plays that they're doing are not the best plays. Yes, I do believe so, Sedina. If they basically got some of the water in here and denied them of points, that would probably give them a run. Especially if they put like 1 or 2 marches. They don't need to put a bunch of players in. just put a rally lead and plus 1 or 2 other marches from other players to make sure that they can't be singled out. So they have to rally to keep them off a little bit of the time. They don't have to fully commit to these buildings. That's what I do. Just kicking them off is 3 minutes of points that they wouldn't be able to keep getting. And just this buildings alone is 2,400 points, 3,400, 4,000 and 200 points here. So roughly half of the score to the red team at the moment. Yeah, but the only time that I've ever seen them do a double rally was in Solar and Wookiee was not there. Jake. So you might be right. They might not be powerful enough to keep Wookiee. But you can only know that if you actually did a double rally, you know? Without a double rally, how you can know if you're not strong enough to kick them off? $35,000, 45,000 points on top. 18. 22, 32, 42. So we do have 42 versus 45 versus 45 roughly. Means the amount of water on top is roughly the same for both sides. Tina, we both know that's not what Vega would be doing. Vega would be trying to burn everyone, and if they saw that Wookiee was here inside the building, he wouldn't rally the building, he would rally Wookiee. Because if Wookiee have 2 of his marches out, he doesn't have it in his settlement. And for those that played and seen Vega play, that's probably what Vega would actually do. Speaking of personal score, let's check how people are doing. Hey, we have some players that are still not having in their full score for their points. Demon Lord here with 5 million points already. At the 16-minute mark is when we get the last set of tanks. But I think this is pretty much set. Unless the blue team gets all the water. While there is 90,000 water in play, they'd have to be massively getting every single piece of water there, which would cost them an insane amount of relocators. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buildings. And you have to remember the relocators, they escalate in terms of how much they cost each time that you do move up to a building. And the only buildings that they do have control of when it's going to pop, it's going to be mostly these. So they'll have to be playing defensively. And they will not be able to, let's say, reset and then wait for them to use the helipad buff of getting the reset into the number of relocators that they use. It might adjust and they may get lucky enough for that to happen, but yeah, that's gonna be complete. Alright, seems like it did a triple rally and it couldn't kick him out. So I guess Jason is right. I wonder if the rally was heading closely to the same time though. We'll check it this time, around this time now. Let's wait until they start marching, and then we'll see how close the rallies were. Why do you want to bring Catzilla here, Serena? Serena wants to get hit of me just because I'm not a feline. I agree. And we do have the marches moving. There seems to be some time of difference between the rallies. As you can see, it was not a big time though, so it was a very well-timed double. If they can't kick him out of a double, it's gonna be very unlikely that they can kick him out at all. So if this is the case, it's most likely it's gonna be a tug win. Because there's not much else that they can do at this moment then. If they can't pop this buildings out, 50,000 points of difference. If they can't pop this building out, they're not going to be able to remove the water from the red team, which means that they're not going to be able to get enough water to win. I guess that's a wrap, people. So who wants stickers? I haven't seen people do UIDs on chat. Give me your stickers, UIDs. We'll start doing some of the giveaway stuff right now. If you have gotten a sticker before this Doomsday, it's not a new sticker, it's the same old sticker. You're not gonna get a new one. And if you are duplicated, I will remove you because it's only worth for other people to actually get in. Same as the grouping stage, Jake. Let me copy these, paste here. Adjust this here, reset. Copy left. Alright, seems like none of the people that I picked are actually ones that I got before. Oh, then if you already got for this one, then you will not get to the next one, so there's no need for you to apply. Either in this or in the next stream. Alright. I will be giving you the code of the match. Seems like we didn't reach 50 likes, sadly. So the code for this match, while we wait for the last pieces of the match to happen, is as soon as my chat loads. We do have some of the buildings now being popped. My next game, yep, that's exactly it, Jason. I'll be streaming that in my own channel. For those that want to watch TzK versus Hot later down, make sure to check my Twitch channel. It is in the description of the video down there. It's twitch.tv/LezardFleck. So the code is, for those that are still waiting for it, Phantom Core. Phantom Core. I'll add it on the stream right now. This is the code. I'll also post it on the YouTube. You have 10 minutes to get it to 50, and then you get another code. If you can't get to 50 likes, I'll use the raffle the code later in the final match. All right. Let's leave the match and get in because a few things bugged. For those that want extra codes and extra stickers, make sure to watch all the matches. We will be having some matches here, some matches in the Twitch State of Survival Twitch channel. We will also have some matches being covered by Monkey King Rambo and also Catzilla later at 19, so 3 hours from now. Make sure to check all of them to maximize your chances of codes and stickers. And make sure to follow all the official channels, like follow the State of Survival Twitch, subscribe here, and subscribe to all the YouTubers, and follow all the Twitch streamers that are official streamers. Helps us a lot. And it's pretty engaging for us to be doing our content here. Seven minutes to go. It doesn't seem like this is going to be changing at all at the end of the match, because it's 100,000 points. Although that they can change that amount of points because there are roughly 70,000 points just in these three buildings, it's going to be very unlikely that they're able to. It was a good match. It was very close for like 80% of the match. 5 minutes to flip buildings. Tug is probably going to be the one flipping to push the score further. It's what I do. Seems like some of the rally leads, like Stay Here, are starting to flip the buildings and move towards the buildings that they want to flip. Let's see how the water key gathering is going to be working now. Tug is moving more efficiently for the last part of the water gathering. Either it's going to be this one or the one at the bottom for the next one. Red is slow, but as they are controlling the pace, they can still get at least half right now. Looks like I was right. They responded by flipping solar, but at this point solar is completely useless, besides some of the water that is on top in it. Alright, they have still 4 buildings to flip. 2 of them actually have a good amount of water, the rest not so much. Alright, red team had a good relocator up there and some good catches here. Seems like red team was able to get a good chunk of the water puddles here. They also popped down bottom here while we were talking, which also gave them a decent amount of score as well. So it was 100, now it's 150. They can probably pop the solar here as well. Some water here and some water on the top of here. Sorry, helipad here. They're gonna be blowing up helipad here very quickly. Make sure, as I said, to like the video if you enjoy, to subscribe to SOS because they do track those to bring us for more Doomsday matches in the future for other Doomsday and other events. Give them feedback, both positive and negative, in the Discord so we can track and see. You can also give suggestions of which matches to cover in the last part of the matches in the Discord as well. I am looking at the Discord to see if you're suggesting any matches that we can cover. And as I said, make sure to also follow a lot of them, the matches that we have been doing and the channels that we've been doing outside of the official channels, but in official streams as well. Looks like Stay just bursted dev compound. 3 more minutes to go. And 2 more minutes. Seems like mostly everything was popped. Seems like the AOD was able to pop one of the buildings. The only ones that were not able to pop was Wookiee's buildings. The difference increased it to roughly around 160,000 points. So the match that looked like it was very balanced, it's not as balanced now. Alright everyone, it was nice having all of you here. Seems like the match is pretty much done. Hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. See you in 3 hours. in my Twitch stream. If you want to catch me covering the last match, which is going to be, as we mentioned previously, TzK with Hot, make sure that you are joining up in there, following to check it out. Gonna be checking the last ditch efforts here to try to blow up the Wookiee. As it seems like it's not gonna be the case, because there are no more rallies here, there's not much that can be done. I will be ending the stream, because it will make no difference here. Alright, bye bye. See you in my stream in 3 hours. Oh, there's not much that they can do to Maria, and there are no more rallies that they'll be walking and doing anything in here, so it is pretty much done. We'll be seeing this hit, and then I'll be ending the stream. And seems that was it. Alright, bye bye people. Enjoy having you here.